Hey guys, what's up? It's munclesonkey and welcome to a new video. In this video we're going to be going over all the new content in batch 2 of the Elf City and seeing what it's all about. Hopefully I will be able to give you guys kind of an understanding of what exactly you're doing in batch 2, what exactly all of this is all about, and what activities are worth doing, what activities you might actually want to stay away from. So there are 4 new clans, and the 4 new clans are all related to various skills. They're the Meizong clan, the Ethel Clan, the Amlod clan, and the Ethel Clan. I apologize if I pronounced any of those horribly, but that does mean 4 new types of elf workers to pickpocket from. So now, even if you're not 99 thieving, even if you don't have the elf set, which allows you a chance of not getting caught while pickpocketing, you should be able to pickpocket 100% of the time and not even have to worry about the cooldown anymore. So the Meizong clan doesn't have too much. This is probably the most barren clan in terms of activities to do. There is a new fruit tray patch, which is pretty nice for farming runs. There's, of course, new elves that you can theme from, and they give stuff like snape grass. They also give harmony moss seeds, which is the major thing of this clan. There are 4 harmony moss pillars. What skills they will be related to is random, and what you need to do is get harmony moss seeds. I would recommend just pickpocketing the elves for them. However, if you don't have the level to pickpocket them, you can buy the harmony moss seeds from the shop there. There's some dude that has a shop icon on him, and you can just buy seeds for 50k each, which are kind of expensive. And then what you have to do is you have to gain XP in those skills. So for example, if you plant a seed at a woodcutting harmony pillar, you have to gain XP in woodcutting to make the harmony moss grow. There's 4 growth stages. Each stage requires 50k XP, so you have to gain 200k woodcutting to get the moss to grow all the way to its full extent, and then you can pick it, and it's used in potions, and it's also a completionist cape requirement. So you're going to have to work on that if you're trying to get your comp cape back, like me and many others like us that have to go through this. There is one other thing of note within the Meizong clan. However, this has a fairly high requirement. There is resource dungeon. You need 115 dungeoneering to get in here though, so this isn't exactly for everybody, but there are 3 things within here. There is the Dragonkin Maw, and what you can do is you can put your hand inside the maw. It costs 10 motherlode shards, and you get a reward from it. Most of the rewards are pretty bad from what I've heard. My reward that I got was 25k, and some of my friends got stuff like a rune mace, or, 5k cash, stuff like that. There's also more of the crystal flecked sandstone, or you'll see what the crystal flecked sandstone is in a little bit, but there is an additional rock down here that you can mine if you want to mine more of it. Again, fairly high engineering requirement to get to it. And finally, the Edemu dungeon is down here as well. You have to be assigned these as a Slayer task to kill them, however, and hopefully I will be able to check that out within a future video. But the Edemus look pretty cool, and from what I've been hearing, they're about 150k Slayer XP per hour, so some pretty decent XP, and you can get some nice drops from them as well. And now we move on to the Ethel Clan, which is probably my favorite out of the 4 that were released, because they have possibly the coolest attraction, which is a new agility course, which is also an agility course that doesn't really require a whole lot of input to do. It's very good XP per hour. I was testing it for a little while, not for too long, only for about 15 minutes or so, but I found out that for me at least it was about 115k XP per hour, and I was not counting bonus XP. You'll see I'm getting the double XP drops. I was getting twice that, obviously, but that is fairly good XP per hour. And one thing you can do is there are certain positions where you can put your mouse, so you don't even have to move your mouse while doing the course. You can just continue to click every single time your character is done with an obstacle. Also, you have this thing called velocity, and as your velocity bar reaches the top, it will automatically do the next obstacle for you, but that doesn't happen too often, and you probably don't want to select the velocity on. I found it better with it off because it will skip any shortcuts that open up for you. There's also an additional kind of agility, distraction, and diversion that you can do, which is kind of AFK, kind of easy. All you have to do is stand on top of the serenity post, and then the person in the middle will tell you what position to go into, and then you just stay in that position for about 10 to 15 seconds, and you'll rapidly gain agility XP, and then you can change. Unfortunately, this isn't something that you can just do forever. You can only gain 20k agility XP per day from this. It is really easy, and it's very, very good XP, so I'd recommend if you are still working towards your 99 agility or whatever, or 120 agility, you should probably do this. And then the final thing is, of course, more elf pickpocketing. The main things that you can get from these Ethel elves are agility related stuff like summer pies, super energy potions, and agility potions. So nothing really that great. Their drops are probably one of the worst out of all the elf clans, but you get lots and lots of thieving XP from them, and that's the main thing that it's all about. And finally, with the new Ethel Clan, there is a new prayer trading method, which is cleansing crystals. What you have to do is buy these crystals from the monks. They cost a fair amount of GP, so just be aware of that. and then you cleanse them on the corrupted stone. So you get a large XP drop to start off the cleansing crystal, then you get a whole bunch of small XP drops, and you can AFK away while that is all happening, and at the very end you get your last XP drop, which is similar to the first one that you get. Unfortunately, I can't really recommend this one because it is fairly expensive and it does cost more GP per XP wise than Dragon Bones do, and even though Dragon Bones aren't quite as AFK, they're cheaper and faster XP per hour, so you really want to go with those if you do want to train prayer. Dragon Bones are incredibly cheap right now, they're only about 10 GB per XP, and this depends on your prayer level, but it's more around 15 to 18 GP per XP, so unless you're really into the AFK stuff and money is no object, I couldn't really recommend this one to anyone, but it is kind of a cool method. The next clan we're going into is called the Amlod clan. They're kind of the summoning and divination related clan. There is an additional summoning obelisk here where you can make pouches. However, obviously you're still going to make pouches at Taverly or make pouches using the Kiat method, not here because it's not extremely close to a bank. But there is a new pouch that came out, which is called the Light Creature pouch, and I'll show you guys how to get the secondary ingredient for that in just a second. But what this pouch does, it teleports you directly to near the TDs area. So if you're interested in that, if you do TDs, that's a nice teleport to get almost all the way there. And then you can also do another god statue, so there are now 5 god statues in the game, and this will give you a hefty amount of construction XP along with either prayer or slayer, whichever one of those two that you selected. It's a quite easy puzzle to do. You should be doing all the god statues every month, so this just kind of adds on to that a little bit. So this is going to be nice, adds on to your additional construction XP you get per month. It's not a huge amount though. I think at level 99 construction I was only getting a little bit over 100k XP from all 4 god statues, so probably about a 125-130k construction XP per month now, so it's kind of a nice benefit. The main attraction for the Amlod clan is this area with the humongous divination rift and all the shadows walking around, and you can kill these for probably about a couple mil an hour in profit. They drop a lot of noted herbs and items and some charms and stuff like that, but the main thing that you want to kill them for is the dark shadow cores, which you can get as kind of a rare-ish drop from killing these things. And then when you have them, what you can do is you can convert the cores into the rift, and they give a decent amount of divination XP. I was hearing from people in the friends chat that this is about 20k divination or 25k an hour, so it's really not very good divination XP. However, after you convert those dark cores from putting stuff in the rift, you get light cores. They're converted into light, and then you use those light cores to make the light creature summoning pouch. So that's how you gain the secondary ingredient for those, and those are a blue charm pouch. And then for thieving the elves here, they give summoning and divination related stuff, as you might expect. You can pickpocket charms from these elves as well. However, as far as I could tell, they weren't super common. I only got 1 gold charm from doing 2 runs at the Amlod elves, and I was there for a solid 5 minutes every time. So probably charms aren't really a thing from thieving now. And finally, we move on into the Ethel Clan, which is the crafting related clan, and this is where we move on into those crystal flasks that I briefly touched on earlier. You can mine 50 crystal flecked sandstone per day, and then there's a machine to turn them into flasks right next to you, and then you just have to craft them. And these make the crystal flasks, which are used for the new potions, which hopefully I will be doing a video about fairly soon. However, I haven't unlocked any of the recipes yet, so that is going to be for a future time. But there are new potions. There is a buffed version of the Overload now, so I'm kind of excited to see what that one's all about. But again, it's very similar to the old sandstone, red sandstone that we all know and love, and you can either sell these flasks if you don't have any need for them yourself, or just store them up to make the new overloads or whatever new potion you happen to be making. It doesn't sell for a whole lot. Apparently yesterday these were complete bank when the update first hit, but I was a day late and they aren't really all that great of money. They're actually a lot less money than the potion flasks used to be. I sold all 50 of mine just to kind of see how much they sold for, and it was only about 200k profit, so it's still decent. And again, if you mine the extra crystal sandstone that is in the dungeon, it would be a little bit more, but you probably don't want to do this too much for money. And now there's also the AFK crafting, which probably a lot of people were really excited about, and it's not very good XP from what I've been able to tell so far. I was doing this with a crafting outfit and a clan avatar. Later on, I was getting about 92 XP per play on the harp, and it was only about 80 to 85k an hour, so it's kind of like Ivy for crafting, extremely AFK and free, but the crafting XP isn't great. But the main thing that you play the harps for is the harmonic dust, and you need 4,000 of it to make a crystal hatchet or pickaxe, 4,000 each, not 4,000 total. And finally, of course, there is the elf pickpocketing. for the Ethel Clan as well. They give lots of construction and crafting related stuff that you can pickpocket, as well as harmonic dust. However, you don't get a whole lot of harmonic dust for them, so if you're looking to make a crystal hatch or pickaxe, you probably want to just stick with playing the harps. So that's about all for me checking out the new update with the Elf City. I apologize it was a day late. I just got really busy with doing stuff tomorrow. I will be making videos in the future checking out the new potions, as well as checking out the new Edamu task. So don't worry, even though I didn't go over those in this video, I will be going over those later because those are more in-depth updates, and it would be kind of hard for me to fit those into this video, which is already way too long. So I'm going to be working on getting my 8,000 harmonic dust to make my crystal pickaxe and crystal hatchet. I wish all of you good luck on those of you that are trying to do the same, and hopefully I'll see you guys around the new Elf City. That's all for this video. See you tomorrow. Farewell.